Hello and welcome to the Pop-Up Cards for Kids CD-ROM. What I'd like to do is just take you on a brief walkthrough tour of what you can find on this CD. Now when you put it in, it'll auto-load and then you'll come to the main menu page here, and there's a couple of items worth pointing out to you. First of all, we've got the Uploads and Downloads button, which if you've used the CDs before you should be familiar with, and on here you may find additional items which are put on. It may be additional elements that you can put on the cards, or if there's something which we think might be of use to you in the future, it's occasionally worth just checking that out. Now we've also got to the left here our tutorial. If you click onto this, it will take you through to the video section and you'll be able to watch it. Now this is linked via the internet, so you will need to have an active internet link open for this to work. We've also got the printed instructions down here, so if you click onto the icon here, it will take you to the printed instructions. So we've got part 1 and part 2, and you can print those out and they might be useful to help you work along with the children as well. But they said there is also the video tutorial which you may want to watch. Now over on the right hand side, again we've got another tutorial. This is linked to the internet, and very briefly it just talks about the equipment that we're going to use and need to make the pop-ups. But in brief, effectively you can work on very thin card, even as low as 210 GSM card, to make everything here. And obviously if you're working with children, blunted scissors and just some sort of glue, safe glue that's fairly strong to work with. Okay, so that's the main page here. Last but not least, we've got a help menu at the top. That's worth reading if you have any problems, which you shouldn't do, but it's worth sometimes just having a little look through that. Now the main part of the CD, the fun part's down here, and I'm going to click on to take me to the pop-up section. And when we go there, you can see we've got 20 lovely cards. In fact, there's a few more of 20, and I'll explain about that in a moment. But we've got our main 20 cards here, so that you simply now select the one that you want. And if I go down to the teddy bear here, we can see in this instance that we've got 2 cards, blue for a boy, pink for a girl, or vice versa. The choice is yours. Now these cards are really simple to make and they look fantastic. So what we've got to do is just first of all go to the pop-up part 1 here and then print it out and cut it out. You'll notice there's a lovely big line around here. This makes it really easy for little hands, as it were, to cut out. You don't have to be too neat. It doesn't have to be too precise, and even if you're a bit raggedy with your cutting, it still looks lovely. So that features on all of the images to make it easier for children to work with as well. Now each CD also comes with a cover, and this is text editable, so you'll be able to use that as well, and that will give you a little bit of sort of extra features. As you can see here, it takes a few minutes to load up, and then the text editability comes up and the buttons there. Now you notice this just creeps in slightly to the return button, so go from the blue up to the orange and click on, and you'll get back to the return. Now each of these comes with a base to put it on, and you simply fold this in half and then put the mechanism in the middle and then put the object on top. Again, that's text editable, and you can write into that or delete it if you want to and just hand write a message either on the object itself or pop something in there. And then last but not least, each of them comes with a mechanism. Because you've got 2 variations here, I've popped the 2 mechanisms onto one piece of paper. That just saves you a little bit of printing, but they're identical, it doesn't matter, and they come in pairs here. They're kind of like a mirrored pair. Simply print that out, cut it out and fold along the dotted lines. All the instructions are on both the written tutorial and the video one as well. So if I come back now, we can see what we've got as a range of various images here for both boys and girls. Even for, I would say, we've got our teenagers covered here as well. So let's say we've got perhaps a young boy. We've got a fantastic double one here. Now all these pop-ups work on what's called the floating layer section, and that means as you open up the card, the layer appears, it pops up out of the page, it rises up out of the page and sits above it. It's a very simple mechanism, but really, really effective. And I've chosen this because I think young kids will be able to make a really good card without any trouble at all, and have all the surprise and fun and excitement of the pop-up as well. Now this one's really lovely because not only does the castle here, I click onto it, that will pop up out of the page, but then we put the knight on top of that and he rises up even further. So you get a really dynamic card, and you've got the base on there. And I think that's good for a sort of probably really from 3 to probably 10 on an age group like that. And we've also got a lovely princess castle here. That works exactly the same way. The first layer here will rise up above the page, and then the lovely princess on a horse will rise a little bit higher than the castle as well. So very dynamic cards, lovely to make. Now perhaps something for the older boys. We've got a motorbike here, a motocross bike. And again, perhaps something for the slightly older girl. We've got a sort of a makeup set, which you can see here. Again, this is text editable, perhaps more suitable for a teenage girl, but maybe the young girls would like it as well. The beauty of this, the choice is yours. So as I said, we have a lovely selection of images on this CD, balanced I think from for sort of younger children to the older children. And hey, let's be honest, I think a lot of these will be even more than suitable for many adults as well. I think everybody's going to enjoy this. But it's nice to know it's been specifically designed to be easy to cut out and easy to make, which I think makes it perfect for young children to work with. And I'm sure they're going to enjoy working with it, and you hopefully will enjoy working alongside with them as well. It is, as I said, very simple to use, and it's very, very forgiving. So it doesn't matter if their cutting out isn't perfect. So as you can see, just briefly finishing off, I'll just run through. We've got our birthday cake here. We've got a lovely big hamburger. Just pick onto that for you. Click on. All the elements are on there. We've got butterflies, knight and castle. We've got our lovely lady in the castle. A laptop computer. We've got a really sweet dinosaur here. Let's go and show you this one. This chap here, not ferocious at all. And to the other extreme, perhaps for maybe slightly older child, we've got the more ferocious T-Rex there. But hey, maybe the younger kids would like that as well. So you can see now all the elements on here. Something else we've just added is a get well soon card, a family of robots. You could even make your own banner out of card and just sort of stick it across the hands if you wanted to on this to say get well soon. That's a sort of serving suggestion for that. But this makes a lovely card, if someone wants to get well soon, or even happy birthday. But I've designed that because sometimes the kiddies aren't too well, or like my son who's managed to hurt his arm, thought it would make a nice card. They do seem to get into scrapes when they're younger. I don't think it stops as they get older either. So there we go. And a lovely CD, very simple to use, beautiful pop-ups, lovely imagery on there, and I think you'll have hours and hours of fun with this one.